Over 50 long years since its inception, FedEx has soared to become the world's largest airline by freight tons flown and ranks as the fourth largest in terms of fleet size. With nearly 300,000 employees and sales revenue surpassing $40 billion, FedEx has etched its place as an industry titan. But the FedEx we see today is a far cry from its humble beginnings. From weathering bankruptcy to revolutionizing overnight delivery with over 2 billion packages shipped annually across 220 countries, the journey of FedEx is nothing short of remarkable. But to truly understand how remarkable it is, we first have to go back in time to its roots. Without wasting any more time, this is the story of FedEx. The story of FedEx began with the hopes and dreams of a guy named Frederick Smith. You see, Fred's upbringing was the son of James Frederick Fred Smith, the man who founded the Toddle House restaurant chain and the Smith Motor Coach Company, later renamed to Dixie Greyhound Lines. However, tragedy struck when Frederick was just 4 years old, as his father passed away, leaving him to be raised by his mother and uncles. But despite facing early health challenges due to a bone disease, Frederick's resilience shone through, and by the age of 10, he had overcome his ailments and regained his health. Growing up, Frederick attended Presbyterian Day School in Memphis for elementary education and later pursued his high school studies at Memphis University School. It was during his teenage years that Frederick developed a passion for aviation, becoming an amateur pilot. In 1962, Frederick embarked on his academic journey at Yale University, where he pursued economics, laying the groundwork for his future endeavors in business and entrepreneurship. During his time at Yale, Fred wasn't just hitting the books, he was dreaming big. Alongside other notable students like future President George W. Bush and Democratic presidential candidate John Kerry, Smith cooked up an idea that would change the game of global logistics forever. With that idea, Fred worked on a college paper proposing a radical concept where one company handles your package from pickup to drop-off using its own planes, warehouses, and delivery trucks. While that seems like the norm now, it was the ultimate logistics dream back then. It was such a dream that his economics professor didn't think that it would ever be possible, and as a result, Fred was given a C for the paper. However, that didn't stop Fred. If anything, it filled him with more enthusiasm to prove his professor wrong. After tossing his cap in the air, Smith embarked on a whole new adventure by enlisting in the U.S. Marine Corps during the tumultuous times of the Vietnam War. From 1966 to 69, he served as a platoon leader and a forward air controller, navigating the skies in the OV-10 on daring missions. During his Marine Corps stint, Smith didn't just experience the heat of battle. He also observed the intricacies of military logistics. He noticed inefficiencies in how goods were shipped, with supplies often taking too long to reach their destinations. In between combat duties, Smith also found solace in the barracks, where he discovered a talent for blackjack. What started as a casual pastime soon earned him a reputation as a skilled player. Little did he know that this seemingly innocuous card game would later revolutionize the world of shipping. Despite the dangers he faced, Smith's bravery and dedication were unwavering, earning him prestigious honors including the Silver Star, the Bronze Star, and 2 Purple Hearts. After leaving the military in 1970, Smith made a bold move by acquiring the majority stake in Arc Aviation Sales, a company primarily involved in aircraft maintenance. However, he quickly shifted its focus to trading used jets, capitalizing on emerging opportunities in the aviation industry. Armed with a cool $4 million from his dad and a hefty $91 million in venture capital, he rolled up his sleeves and brought his college vision to life, focusing on an integrated air-ground system. And just like that, Federal Express was born, built on the very ideas that brewed in his college dorm. FedEx's journey didn't start in the glitzy skyscrapers of a bustling metropolis. It began in the heart of Little Rock National Airport in Arkansas in 1971. But after 2 years of lukewarm support from the airport, Fred Smith realized it was time for a change. Fred made the bold decision to relocate FedEx's operations to his hometown, Memphis, Tennessee. And just like that, FedEx found its root in the city's welcoming embrace. Memphis wasn't just a strategic move. It was a nod to Smith's deep-seated connection to the city. It was where his roots ran deepest, where he felt a sense of belonging that couldn't be replicated elsewhere. Fortunately, as Fred's business was taking its first steps, it collided head-on with the 1973 oil crisis. Political tensions in the Middle East led to an oil embargo by OPEC, driving oil prices to unprecedented heights. For a fledgling company like Federal Express, heavily relying on jet fuel to keep its planes in the air, this was a crippling blow. With 14 Falcon aircraft guzzling fuel and prices soaring, Federal Express found itself hemorrhaging money at an alarming rate, to the tune of $30,000 per day. In just over 2 years, the company was staring down the barrel of a $29 million loss, with bankruptcy looming ominously on the horizon. Fred's desperation reached a breaking point. He pleaded with his local employees to delay cashing their paychecks and resorted to using their own credit cards to keep the tanks filled. Fred himself stopped taking a salary, realizing there was little left to go around. But despite these drastic measures, it still wasn't enough. As the company teetered on the brink of collapse, Fred faced a gut-wrenching dilemma: pay a looming $24,000 fuel bill or watch Federal Express nosedive into bankruptcy. In a last-ditch attempt to save his company from the brink of collapse, Fred Smith took a gamble unlike any other. Armed with the company's last $5,000, he boarded a flight to Las Vegas, knowing that everything was riding on this risky bet. As soon as he touched down in the City of Lights, Fred wasted no time and headed straight to the casino floor. With nerves of steel and the weight of his employees' livelihoods on his shoulders, he approached the blackjack table and placed his bet. In a stroke of fortune, luck was on Fred's side that day. With each flip of the cards, the tension mounted until finally he emerged victorious, winning a staggering $27,000. It was a miraculous turn of events that couldn't have come at a more critical moment. With the winnings in hand, Fred rushed to settle the company's looming $24,000 fuel bill, keeping Federal Express afloat for another week. It was a temporary reprieve, but it bought precious time for Fred to chart a course forward and rally his team for the challenges ahead. With the deregulation of the airline industry in 1977, the horizon expanded for the budding Federal Express. No longer bound by restrictions, the company seized the opportunity to soar to new heights. With this newfound freedom, Federal Express wasted no time in bolstering its fleet, acquiring 7 Boeing 727 aircraft shortly after deregulation. This was followed by the purchase of Boeing 737 aircraft, allowing the company to significantly ramp up its package transport capacity. The results were staggering. In 1977 alone, Federal Express saw its profits soar to $8 million on sales exceeding $110 million. With a loyal customer base of 31,000, including heavyweights like IBM and the U.S. Air Force relying on Federal Express for shipping spare parts, the company's success was undeniable. The momentum continued as Federal Express took its next bold step, becoming a publicly traded company in 1978. This move not only provided the capital needed for further expansion, but also signaled the company's commitment to growth, and grow it did. By the following year, Federal Express boasted profits of $21.4 million on sales of $258.5 million, delivering a staggering 65,000 packages daily to 89 cities across the U.S. As the 1980s dawned, a shift was underway in the world of overnight delivery service. Companies began to veer away from relying solely on the United States Postal Service, seeking faster and more reliable alternatives. Federal Express stepped boldly into the fray, introducing a game-changing innovation, the document-sized overnight letter. Priced at a flat fee of $9.50 and capable of holding up to 2 ounces of documents, this service revolutionized the way businesses approached urgent deliveries. In a bold move that put Federal Express squarely in the spotlight, this new offering propelled the company to the forefront of the industry. Surpassing competitors such as Emery, Airborne Freight, and Purolator Courier, Federal Express emerged as the top-selling air freight company in the United States. The introduction of the overnight letter not only solidified Federal Express's position as an industry leader, but also marked a turning point in the way businesses conducted their operations. In 1984, FedEx made a significant leap forward with its first acquisition, Gelco Express, a Minneapolis-based package courier with a global reach spanning 84 countries. This strategic move paved the way for FedEx to establish a foothold in key international markets. Dedicated to expanding its presence beyond U.S. borders, Federal Express wasted no time in making further acquisitions to bolster its global reach. Ventures in Britain, the Netherlands, and the United Arab Emirates laid the groundwork for an expansive overseas network. In 1985, with sights set on conquering the European market, FedEx embarked on another ambitious endeavor: the establishment of a European hub at the Brussels airport. This pivotal move not only facilitated smoother operations, but also served as a launching pad for expanding services across Europe. By 1987, Federal Express had solidified its global presence, serving approximately 90 countries worldwide and securing landing rights at 5 key international airports: Montreal, Toronto, Brussels, London, and with limited rights in Tokyo. To propel its international delivery capabilities to new heights, the company made a strategic move by acquiring Tiger International for a staggering $883 million, alongside its renowned heavy cargo airline Flying Tiger Line. This acquisition provided Federal Express with unparalleled access to Tiger's extensive fleet, boasting 22 Boeing 747s, 11 727s, and 6 DC-8 aircraft. In the 1990s, Federal Express faced formidable competition on its home turf from UPS, which introduced volume discounts that lured away many of FedEx's customers. Meanwhile, the company encountered challenges in its international operations, grappling with declining profits despite increasing sales due to the hefty costs associated with expanding into overseas markets. In a strategic move to boost capacity and trim expenses, Federal Express opted to retire its Boeing 727 aircraft in favor of the more cost-efficient Airbus A300 aircraft. This decision not only bolstered the company's operational capabilities but also helped to rein in costs amid stiff competition. In 1994, the company underwent a significant rebranding, adopting the simplified moniker FedEx as its official name. The streamlined identity reflected the company's commitment to innovation and modernization in the evolving global marketplace. A year later, FedEx took another bold step forward by acquiring air routes from Evergreen International, enabling the company to launch services to China. This move paved the way for FedEx to establish an Asian Pacific hub at the Subic Bay International Airport in the Philippines, further solidifying its foothold in the rapidly growing Asian market. On October 2, 1997, FedEx underwent a significant transformation, reorganizing itself as a holdings company known as FDX Corporation. And by 1998, FDX Corporation officially commenced operations with the acquisition of Caliber Systems, Inc. by Federal Express, signaling a new era of diversification and expansion beyond express shipping. With the integration of Caliber, FedEx expanded its portfolio to include a range of additional services catering to various segments of the logistics industry. The acquisition of Caliber brought with it a suite of subsidiaries, each specializing in different facets of the transportation and logistics landscape. These included RPS, a ground service provider for small package delivery, Roberts Express, renowned for its expedited shipping solutions, Vikings Freight, a regional freight carrier servicing the western United States, Caribbean Transportation Services, facilitating air freight forwarding between the U.S. and the Caribbean, and Caliber Logistics and Caliber Technology, offering cutting-edge logistics and technology services. Under the umbrella of FDX Corporation, these companies, alongside Federal Express's original air division, came together to form a cohesive and diversified network poised to address the evolving needs of customers across various industries. FDX Corporation's establishment represented a strategic move to streamline operations and oversee the collective endeavors of its subsidiaries. In January 2000, FDX Corporation decided to shake things up and give itself a fresh new look and feel by changing its name to FedEx Corporation. But the makeover didn't stop there. It extended to all its subsidiaries, too. Federal Express got a snazzy new name, becoming FedEx Express, while RPS transformed into FedEx Ground. Roberts Express got a makeover as FedEx Custom Critical, and Caliber Logistics and Caliber Technology joined forces to become FedEx Global Logistics. To make things even more convenient for customers, FedEx created a new subsidiary called FedEx Corporate Services, where all the sales, marketing, and customer service magic happened in just one place. But the rebranding wasn't the only big news. In February 2000, FedEx went on a shipping spree, acquiring Tower Group International and World Tariff. These moves weren't just about growing the company, they were about making it easier for people to do business worldwide. And just like that, FedEx Trade Networks was born, offering seamless logistics solutions to customers across the globe. In February 2004, FedEx Corp made another massive splash by acquiring the popular printing and shipping company Kinko's Incorporated. This move was aimed at expanding FedEx's retail presence and providing easier access to shipping services for the general public. With the acquisition, all Kinko's locations were rebranded as FedEx Kinko's and began offering exclusively FedEx shipping services. Fast forward to June 2008, and FedEx made another decision by bidding farewell to the Kinko's name. From then on, FedEx Kinko's was rebranded as FedEx Office, aligning the stores more closely with the broader FedEx brand, while still offering a wide range of printing and shipping services. Today, FedEx boasts an impressive fleet of over 700 aircraft, making it the largest fleet in the world. Among these aircraft are top-of-the-line models such as the Boeing 757-200, 767-300F, and 777 freighters. Notably, FedEx holds the title of the largest operator for a range of aircraft, including the Airbus A300, the Airbus A310, ATR-42, Boeing 727, Cessna 208, McDonnell Douglas MD-10, and the McDonnell Douglas MD-11. FedEx operates through several key segments, including Federal Express, FedEx Ground, and FedEx Freight, contributing significantly to the company's total revenues. FedEx Express offers time-definite delivery services worldwide, connecting markets across more than 220 countries and territories. With a vast workforce of approximately 245,000 employees and an extensive network of drop-off locations, aircraft, and vehicles, FedEx Express is a cornerstone of the company's global operations. FedEx Ground specializes in low-cost day-certain delivery services across the U.S. and Canada, including residential delivery through FedEx Home Delivery. Additionally, FedEx SmartPost, a part of the FedEx Ground segment, focuses on consolidating and delivering high volumes of lightweight packages to consumers. The FedEx Freight segment provides less-than-truckload LTL freight services within the United States, as well as freight delivery to destinations in Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. With thousands of vehicles and service centers, FedEx Freight ensures efficient freight transportation across North America. In addition, FedEx Services offers various support services such as sales, marketing, information technology, and billing, enhancing the overall customer experience. Furthermore, FedEx Logistics, formerly known as FedEx Trade Networks, specializes in custom brokerage, global ocean and air freight forwarding, and is reported under corporate and other eliminations. For investors, FedEx has been a pretty solid bet over the years. If you had invested $1,000 in FedEx back in 2011, you'd be sitting on over $3,000 today. That's like turning one package into three with plenty of extra cash to spare. In the end, it just goes to show that when it comes to delivering returns, FedEx knows how to deliver the goods. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get more content like this the second they drop.